Can you believe this is mid-December in Canada? This is amazing. Sure, it might be hovering around 0, but it is just a beautiful day. Let's go find some gold. Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. One of the most common questions I get is, Dan, where do I look in the river to find the gold? Where should I dig? Well, today I'm going to show you another trick of where you find gold deposited in the rivers, where a good spot to dig would be. I hope you enjoy. Now, I have a whole big series on my YouTube channel of where to dig in the rivers. The common places, you know, inside bends, behind rocks, bedrock, false bedrock. I have a lot of tips. And I'm gonna leave a link in this video to that whole series where you can go check it out. Plus, I have a whole classroom series on learning about gold panning. Things like what is placer versus lode versus alluvial versus eluvial. What types of bedrock to dig on, what bedrock catches gold, where gold comes from, all sorts of stuff. If you haven't looked at my classroom series and want to learn more about gold panning, gold mining, check it out. There's a lot of great stuff there. But today, I'm going to give you another tip, another place that catches gold or gold deposits in a river. Today, I'm going to talk about slot canyons. That's canyons with vertical walls that are narrow. The river covers one side to the other. There's no gravel bars, no deposits, no nothing at the bottom, and very thin usually. Water flowing through slot canyons like that is another mechanism that concentrates gold in one spot, and I'm gonna go show you where that spot might be. Now, this is the middle of December in Canada. Yes, the weather is absolutely gorgeous today. However, it is cold. There's ice on the creeks, the water is freezing. I have my gloves and all, but I won't be able to do much panning today. Today is more about education, showing you where to dig. I will do a few pans, but I don't want to freeze myself too much. Now, if you're just here to see the shiny gold being recovered, you might want to go watch one of my other videos, because I'm not going to be recovering all that much today. Today, I'm going to talk about that there, a slot canyon. There's no real definition of a slot canyon, but basically, we got vertical walls or close to vertical walls. The creek runs from side to side and is usually very deep in the middle of it. And in spring runoff, the water gushes out of there hard and fast. You can see that erosion way up top there, up 20, 30, 40, 50 feet. The water in spring runoff is that high. It is just chugging through here. And this creates an extremely high pressure zone. When we're talking about pressure, it's not like air pressure, it's the pressure the water puts on the gold particles. And this is an extremely high pressure zone. It is going to blast anything that falls into that canyon through. Nothing's going to deposit in there. There might be something way down deep if the bedrock is just right, but basically it's blasting through. Now, why slot canyons can concentrate gold? That's deeper than I expected. I almost soaked my boots. Yikes. When I got a leak. Oh no, I got some in there. Oh, I have a wet foot. Okay, we won't go over there, it's too deep. Why slot canyons can capture gold is the high pressure rushing through there. When it gets to the outside of the slot canyon, the pressure drops instantly and fast. And you usually have this wide spot, right on the outside of a slot canyon, just like this. It opens up and instantly the water pressure drops. Let me move over. Oh, I have a wet foot. Here's the outside of the slot canyon. Instantly the water pressure drops and it swirls around the outside of the mouth of the slot canyon. Over there is one great big swirl. I'm right now standing on the other big swirl. And often you get this flattish bedrock. You can see it over there. You can see it over there, a flat bedrock. Here, a flat-ish bedrock on the outside of a slot canyon. As the water comes through and swirls over there, those low pressure zones drop the gold. We've got one over there and we've got one right here. I'm gonna work this one today since trying to cross the deep spot I swamped my boot and it is winter, it is cold. I have one very cold foot now. But I'm gonna work over here and see what has been deposited. In fact, I see one really good spot. Look at this boulder sitting on bedrock right in where the water would swirl. Water coming out of that slot canyon, coming around here, loses its pressure, its ability to push gold, swirls around, would definitely drop gold right there at that boulder. Now I have worked here before, but I haven't actually been to this spot in years. I'm actually surprised that boulder's still there. I have found nuggets under that guy before, lots of big flakes, but I cleared it out really good maybe 5 or 6 years ago. So who knows if anything else has deposited. But over there underneath that rock, up under those rocks, there's always been good gold in this little low pressure zone. I'm gonna start by digging a little bit there and seeing if I can get underneath that big one nicely. So my first pan from underneath that rock is awfully sandy material. It doesn't quite look right, but let's pan it out and find out for sure if there's any gold. So not much, but a little bit of gold there. Look at those 3 pieces, they're not bad. Probably would say not tea-bag. Let's get a bit deeper under that rock and see if there's some more. Now these tips I'm giving you guys about how to find gold are all great on their own. You know, the tips that everyone knows, that panning inside corners or behind rocks on bedrock, those common ones are all great. Even the slot canyon thing here, great tips. But they really come into play, like really, when you start compounding them. You know, if you have a big rock on an inside corner, it's better than a big rock on an outside corner. If you have a big rock on an inside corner, sitting on bedrock, 3 things, 3 of the keys that help gold concentrate all together. Oh, now you're talking. A big rock on an inside corner, sitting on bedrock right below a high bank deposit that's weathering into the river, even better. When you start putting the tips together, you have even a better and better chance of finding that gold. And here, I'm on a slot canyon. Right behind it is flat bedrock. And I'm working around a boulder. So there's kind of three key points playing together right now. Now another key thing is you should work where people have worked before, if you can. And I know I cleared this boulder once before. So that's working against me. couple more pieces. Nothing spectacular, they're just little specks. But there we go. 1, 2. Not nearly as big as the last pan. So I moved spots because I was just getting sand from underneath that one rock, which means it hasn't got the river gravels washing into it and processing like it should for concentrating gold. It's because it's been worked so many times before. So I moved underneath this big rock here. I'm just digging down there at the moment. And here I'm getting a lot more river gravels. Stuff that you would expect to find gold in, not just pure sand. So let's hope there's a bit more gold, because I know there's bigger gold here. I've found it before, and I was just getting specks underneath that. This is already looking better. As I'm panning this, I see more black sand washing out in the back corners than I saw in the other material. I see a much better mix of, you know, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch, and fines. This looks like much better material. Let's see if I can pan it with my left hand while holding the camera with the right. I am not left-handed. I would switch it over, except my glove is on the left hand at the moment. Okay, don't be a wimp. There we go. Now I can pan properly. Come on, gold. Come on, gold. Okay, let's have a look. Oh yeah, I see a lot more pyrites and stuff. I see some pieces of gold showing up now. No, still not much gold though. Okay, well we got some gold. Got some flecks of gold. There's a few of them there, 6 or so. One nicer-ish one. Nicer-ish, is that a word? Oh, there's a piece of like wiry stuff right there. Come on, focus, man, focus. There we go. Some of the gold in this creek here is really coarse, like it's just been washed out of the rocks. Alrighty then. So I'm not going to do all that much panning today. You got the idea. There's gold there. And there can be some pretty nice gold. I'll even include some pictures of the bigger gold I found in this exact spot, under that exact rock. Really today, what I'm doing is showing you how a slot canyon like that can blast material through at a heck of a rate with lots of pressure. And as soon as it gets to this wide spot at the end of the slot canyon, the gold will drop out in the 2 little recesses it creates on either side. This one alcove over here, and that alcove over there. And that's where the gold will drop. It might not actually drop in the center very much down here because the pressure is still blasting it through. Now you can see all these big rocks down here. That's where the pressure finally loses enough energy that the big rocks it blasts through fall out. Underneath there would be fantastic gold. But trying to get underneath those big rocks would be impossible. Almost impossible. You can see here where it's scouring the bottom, gold is just being blasted through. Everything is being blasted through. But where it swirls out the sides, it drops some nice gold. One year I decided to dig down right there and dig down and down and down. And at about 4 or 5 feet underwater, when my shovel could not go any farther, I was getting handfuls of lead almost every pan. fishing weights, bullets, a whole bunch of coins. There was coins all over the place. People cliff jumped just upstream. All sorts of heavies. I never found a good gold deposit there because I couldn't get to the bottom. Right there is really, really deep. But the heavies were falling out. Over there, I've done very well. You can see that one little pothole right there. I got gold out of that. Underneath that rock, there's another pothole that rock is sitting in. That's where I found the nugget and a lot of big gold. And I actually still want to go and do a whole video on moving that rock aside and seeing what's in that pothole underneath it. And we don't find really good gold again down this river until way down below where it starts forming actual good gravel bars. It's just a little bit too turbulent coming up here. There's only a couple of good deposits before the river slows down, finds its rhythm, and starts dropping gold in your typical spots. Okay, one more pan from underneath that rock, and then I gotta go warm up my foot. Now, people will often ask me when I'm doing these videos, how much gold did you find, or what's the weight of it, how much is it worth? Honestly, today I'm not going to have enough to even weigh. Probably wouldn't even tip over the scale. It's like 0.001 of a gram. I'm not here to actually recover gold today. I think I've said this a few times in this video. I'm here just to educate a little bit. Finding the gold is just to prove my point that these low pressure zones behind slot canyons drop gold. And hopefully you guys understand sort of the reasoning behind that. The water blasting through the canyon is too fast and hard for the gold to deposit in the canyon. And then when it gets just outside of it, it swirls around, slowing down, losing energy, losing the ability to move the gold, and the gold falls out on either side of the slot canyon, right behind the bluffs that create the canyon. So, did we find anything in the last pan? Yes. It is littered in fine gold. Gold, gold. Gold, 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 gold. Underneath that rock seemed to be a bit hotter than sort of on the edge of it. As I got underneath it, more and more gold is showing up. Again, not enough to even weigh. I got maybe 5 cents worth of gold today. I had fun, and hopefully I got to teach some people out there something they didn't already know, and learn a little bit more about where to find gold. Again, if you want to learn a lot more about these different areas where you look for gold, go check out my classroom series. I have lots and lots of videos where I was teaching students how to prospect for gold, and explaining all the different spots you should go looking. What a beautiful day. Where's that blue sky? Ooh, there she is. So I know there wasn't very much gold for you to see there, and if you're one of those who just has to see lots of gold, I'll leave a link here to a video where I just kill it getting the gold. Lots and lots of shiny. Should get your gold fix on. I hope everyone enjoyed watching this. Thanks for your support out there. Big extra thanks to my patrons. Because of your support, I get to make these educational and hopefully entertaining videos for everyone to watch. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me that thumbs up. Leave a comment of some sort. Tell me your experiences with slot canyons, or what you thought about this whole idea of slot canyons dropping gold. And if you haven't subscribed already, and you enjoyed watching this, you'll probably enjoy watching other videos I've created, and I will create. So please consider hitting that subscribe button. And until the next one, everyone, bye.